afternoon and welcome to the Women in Business Partnership. I'm joined this evening by Tracy Chadwick from FCM Associates, who has been part of this event for the past 3 years. Hi Tracy.
Hiya.
Can you tell me a little bit about your role?
Yes, FCM Associates joined with Smith Partnership and the Burton Chamber of Commerce 3 years ago to put together a Women in Business programme. And we've been doing events now for 3 years. They've been really successful. We've had daytime events and this is our annual evening event.
I'm joined now by Debbie Leaf of MindFit, our keynote speaker for this evening. Debbie, thanks for joining us. What are you looking forward to this evening?
I'm really excited about talking to the ladies tonight. When I came to the event in July, it's such a lovely atmosphere that I've really been looking forward to sharing some tips and tools with regard to mindfulness with the ladies here tonight.
That's great. And what would you like the ladies to take away with them?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to talk to them about how hectic life can be sometimes and how women these days juggle so much. So I'm going to share some tips, some tools and techniques about how we might be able to take that step back, take a breather and make some space for ourselves.
Yeah, I've heard of mindfulness before. I have tried it. It's very, very difficult. And she made it seem a lot easier, so I'm going to try and get back into it again after that.
Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's been brilliant. Yeah, it's been nice to sit and chat with everyone, and the speaker was great. So, yeah.
Have you ever been to a networking event like this before?
No, I've been to a lot of the chamber events, but never one like this that's just women only. Yeah, so it's been really different.
And how did you find it just being women only?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There's a lot of sort of like-minded women in the room, and it's just nice, yeah, to chat to each other and learn from other people's experiences.
So it's quite different really. Normally when I walk into a room, when I'm networking, there's a lot of gentlemen there, which I do find a little bit awkward sometimes, but it's great to walk into a room of women, like-minded women, and it's been a great evening this evening. We've given away quite a few cards and had quite a few discussions, so I'm hoping for some leads.
We had the keynote speaker from Debbie Leaf from MindFit. What will you be taking away from the presentation that she gave?
Right, I think you do need to take a step back sometimes and just take a minute for yourself. I will be asking for some of her meditation tips. So I'm hoping to take something definitely away from this evening.
Mindfulness is huge. I do 6 to 8 week courses with individuals.
It's great to get together and take some time out to pause for thought.
That's exactly what Debbie's been talking to us about this evening. So MindFit, what do you think about mindfulness?
Oh, I haven't got time to think about mindfulness. No, only joking. It's really good. It's really good to just remember to stop and pause and think, because we dash about all the time. And sometimes it's good to stop and think.
It is indeed. And obviously this is a women's only networking event. Have you found it any different to obviously mixed networking?
Well, I find at work a lot of the time you spend all your time with men, so it's really good to get out and spend time with females for a change, because they're much more empathetic and they understand what our minds work like, how we tick.
I'm here with Jessica from Every Cloud, the Women in Business chosen charity for this year. Jessica's going to tell us a little bit more about the charity and what they do to support local women in Derby.
Yeah, so we're Every Cloud. We're a group of ladies that fundraise to provide funds and treats for women and men in Derby that are going through breast cancer treatment. They're all bespoke treats. And they get nominated by friends or they put themselves forward for these treats, and we can help bring a bit of happiness and support to them in what is quite a hard time.
And how would you go about donating to the charity?
The donations come in all the time from really, generous people. So partnerships with organisations like Women in Business, from charities around Derbyshire and businesses in Derbyshire. We've got a really active Facebook page, which we get a lot of interest through, and we're trying to promote that in any way we can. So if businesses want to get in touch with us to either work with us or offer a service that perhaps the men and ladies that come forward would benefit from, then we'd be really interested in hearing from them.
Thank you, that's great.
I hope you found that useful.
So Debbie, thank you for such a great, inspiring and real presentation that I think everybody can relate to. We've had some great feedback from some of the women who are here this evening who hadn't heard about mindfulness, and myself included. It's something that I think we really need to take into our day-to-day life that doesn't need to take time but could really benefit us and slow us down and make us more aware of our bodies and how we work. So how do you think it went this evening?
I really enjoyed it. Everybody seemed very interested and up for a bit of fun as well as the meditation. So yes, I think it went really well. And the ladies here, as I've said before, are also genuine, friendly. It's a really relaxed atmosphere. So yeah, encouraged me to be able to feel comfortable to deliver it. And I think everybody in the audience enjoyed it. So I'm really pleased.
That's brilliant. And it's not rocket science. And I think that's the thing. I think sometimes people come to presentations and they think, oh, well, how am I going to be able to do that? And just yourself portraying that, you know, just taking a little bit of time each day can really help.
Definitely, it's not rocket science, and it's something that we can all bring into our everyday life. But it's just remembering that we can be mindful, remembering that we can take a few minutes out just to be, instead of rushing around frantically like we normally do.
And eat our lunch.
Yes, step away from your computer and eat your lunch.
Thank you.
Also, cheese then. Cheese! Are we all like Wallace?
I'm now joined by Claire Twells, a partner at Smith Partnerships and one of the co-founders of Women in Business. Claire, can you just tell me a little bit about your involvement in the Women in Business event?
So three and a bit years ago, myself and Chris Plant from the Burton Chamber met and spoke about the opportunities in and around the Burton area for women that were either in business and owned a business or in a position of authority, a decision maker within a business, and whether there was a safe environment for them to meet other like-minded women and to grow their business. And we felt that at that time there wasn't, so we spoke to a few other people and we spoke to FCM and we decided to form Women in Business. We held our first event in March 2014 at Hallcross Hall, and that first event was about networking, where I did the first speech, and I was very nervous that day, but it was really, really well attended. We had 80 people there, and over the last 3 years we've developed Women in Business. We've done lots of different events. We've done afternoon teas. We've done lots of events that have helped women in their own personal growth. So today's event is about mindfulness and trying to be more mindful in what seems to be an ever more hectic schedule that everybody seems to have. And so having provided women with those tools to develop themselves through their own personal growth, that's helped build Women in Business. And so we've got a great group of women. We've got a fantastic database of women that come to our events time on time and that support us and support the women in the group. So it's really helping the women around Burton, Derby and Staffordshire to grow their own businesses and themselves. And we hope that over the next few years that will continue to grow.